Good day everyone. In this video, I will discuss how global divides between the North and the South are reflected in real-world issues focusing on the Rohingya crisis in Myanmar. This situation helps us understand how inequality, power, and human rights violations continue to affect many countries in the global South. The Rohingya are a Muslim ethnic minority living in Myanmar. For many years, they have faced discrimination, limited citizenship rights, and social exclusion. Tensions escalated when Myanmar's military launched operations in the western part of the country. According to the reports, these operations resulted in burned villages, deaths, and widespread fear among civilians. The United Nations Human Rights Chief described the situation as a textbook example of ethnic cleansing. This statement emphasized the severity of the violence and the systematic nature of the attacks. Although the Myanmar government claimed that the military was only targeting terrorist groups, refugees shared stories of mass killings and forced displacement. These accounts showed that ordinary civilians were the primary victims. As violence increased, hundreds of thousands of Rohingya were forced to flee their homes. Many crossed the border into Bangladesh in search of safety. At the time of the report, about 370,000 refugees had already entered Bangladesh. This massive displacement created a humanitarian crisis, placing pressure on a neighboring country that also struggles with limited resources. This situation highlights a key issue in global divides. Countries in the global south often experience conflicts that lead to humanitarian emergencies, but they lack the financial and political power to respond effectively. Bangladesh had to set up temporary refugee camps to provide food and shelter even though it faced its own economic challenges. International responses to the crisis revealed unequal global power relations. The United States criticized Myanmar's military actions, stating that civilians were not being protected. On the other hand, China expressed support for Myanmar's government, emphasizing stability and national sovereignty. Thus, differing responses show how powerful countries influence global affairs based on their own interests. The crisis also raised questions about leadership and responsibility. Myanmar's leading Aung San Suu Kyi faced international criticism despite being a Nobel Peace Prize recipient. Many people around the world felt disappointed by her silence on the issue. More than 400,000 individuals signed a petition calling for her Nobel Prize to be withdrawn, showing global frustrations over the lack of accountability. The Rohingya crisis demonstrates how global divides continue to shape the world today. Globalization connects countries, it does not ensure equality or justice. The experiences of the Rohingya show how people in the global south are often left vulnerable to violence and neglect. Addressing these divides requires stronger and international cooperation, respect for human rights, and a global commitment to protect communities.